8 million copies of this game were sold on a pre-sale even before launch. And it turned out to be one of the most disastrous releases in the gaming world. A lot of people played this game, left disappointed, and I think just forgot about it. But now, almost 6 years later, after the Edge Runners 2 teaser, I thought that I have to revisit it and also try the Phantom Liberty DLC. And I think finally, right now, Cyberpunk 2077 became a game that we were promised. You could not take away from this game one thing: how beautiful and immersive this world looked. I wouldn't say even the visuals. It's like the density of the world. The cyberpunk aesthetics, it existed for a long time already. I think this book was the one that started it all. We've seen Blade Runner, we've seen Judge Dredd, Fifth Element. They created their own version of cyberpunk universe. I'm not sure if you know something that is very similar to it, leave a comment. But I really felt that this was unique. I haven't seen something like this in video games. I don't think I've seen something like this in movies. I really enjoy the aesthetics that they picked. It's kind of gloomy, but very colorful at the same time. All the districts, they are so distinct. The buildings, you can feel what kind of people live in which district. And the fact that you can turn into any alley, and you would think that it's just an alley, nothing will happen there, but you will find some cool loot, gang members committing a crime. You can stop and then annihilate them. Later in the video, I will discuss the best way, my opinion on the best way on how to play this game and like how to travel through the city. This will be an important point. Just think about it. This game has over 1,000 shards. Shards are basically pieces of information that you find in the game. These are mostly emails or just some chats or just newspapers. Yes, consuming information in text is hard these days because we are spoiled with TikTok. But I decided to try to read the things that those shards were showing. It's crazy how much effort they put into writing. Imagine someone was sitting and writing those messages, those shards, and they know that most people will never even pay attention to these. But this is what creates this interesting and realistic world, because in real life you will also not see anything. You will not read every manual of a product that you buy, but it still exists. The things are just there and you don't have to pay attention to all of it, but it adds to this immersion into this world. But you know, it's one of those games where you can just press a button so you could walk instead of running, and you will feel immersed. You will feel that you wish this was a real world or something. You wish you could enter every door. And sometimes you wish that buying food and going through those markets would had any, like value. You would have to do that. But let's not just jump above our heads here, right? The ambition was always there. It took 6 years more to actually finish it. And imagine if the game was in this state when it was released first. This game would probably be the generational achievement. Definitely win a game of the year. Who knows how everything would turn out for CD Projekt Red, but we all know what actually happened. And I think it's sad that so many people tried it back then, 5 years ago. They experienced it once, and now they will not come back to see what they actually achieved, to see what was the full potential of this game. Before the original release, Cyberpunk was advertised as an RPG, but then they changed it to action-adventure, which made people understand that this game will not have a lot of RPG elements. And honestly, that's how it was in the beginning. But RPGs, which are role-playing games, is a little broad term. You play a role. right? I think the real RPG in Cyberpunk lives in the mission approach. Depending on your build, you can do so many things. You can hack stuff, you can force open doors, blow up everything, see enemies through walls. You can sneak and use stealth. Find a lot of different ways on how you enter the building, for example. Each mission feels fun because you have the role-playing element in the process of approaching every mission. It is not in the cutscenes. And when you decide which is your favorite approach, you can create a build around it. That's where you decide what kind of perks you want to use, what kind of skills you're leveling up. That's what also creates replayability. And right now in the version 2.1, I think it's so much more interesting to actually play with creating your build. I'm spending a lot of time figuring out the synergies. For example, tech and body skill trees, synergy between different augmentations and cyberware, and which weapons do I want to use with which build. And I can sink in a lot of hours, tens of hours into just tweaking those things. I think it's kind of similar to Mass Effect. I haven't played a lot of it, but in Mass Effect the main RPG element is how you approach the missions. From what I know, it is the opposite of something like Red Dead Redemption 2. I played it just for a bit because I felt that it was too tedious, but I saw a lot of criticisms that it feels like a very open game, but when you approach the missions you cannot do anything your way, and Rockstar are hand-holding you. They want you to complete the mission the way that they intended. For example, right now I'm using a tech build and I love to tag enemies so I could see them through walls, and then I just stand outside the building and kill all of them through the walls. And later I want to find a good tech sniper rifle so I could tag them and then just snipe them from the different building. That's just one way. You can shoot everyone silently with knives, blow up everything. You can punch them, cut all of them in slow-mo. While I am playing this current build, I already want to try the other one because there are so many ways on how you can approach the mission. And I think that's the main RPG element in Cyberpunk. Let me talk about how I brought my experience of this game to another level. First of all, you see this, right? This is a CRT monitor, and damn, this game looks good on it. I tried some of the modern games on it, but I think Cyberpunk, it's kind of intended to play on this. All the colors, all the neon signs, it looks so good on CRT. Colors are so deep, you're like there. The only problem is that this screen, I think, is 17 inches, so I have to just sit like this. But when I switched to my 4K OLED display, it just felt a little different. Yeah, you can see more, but I wouldn't even say that it looks sharper than on CRT. This is something that I want to make another video about, playing Cyberpunk on CRT. It's just I think this is not the most important thing. To truly immerse myself into the game, I had to tweak some HUD settings. So first of all, I turned off the minimap, and I think that's the best decision that you can make. When you're playing with a minimap, when you're riding a car, you are not even paying attention to the actual city. You're not thinking about how to get where. You're just looking at the corner of the screen and just following a path that it created for you. And I think it's so much more fun when you actually ride through the city or walk through the city, and to find something you have to explore the city itself, not just follow the map. For example, you can see the marker on where's the objective, but you don't know the path, so you have to find it. And this is a new challenge of itself, because you have to understand how the city built. You have to understand that to get to Jig Jig Street you have to take an elevator. I also turned off the hints. After playing tens of hours, you cannot remember which button does what. Sometimes I also turn off my health bar. It looks so amazing without the health bar, but I guess that's because of my augmentations, because I have this auto healing when I'm low on health. I'm playing on hard, so maybe when I will get to really hard parts I will have to turn it on. But most of the game I'm playing without the health bar, and it feels good because, you know, the more you can see on the screen of this beautiful world that they created, of this city, the more you can see, the better impression this game gives you. I think this game feels the best when you don't use fast travel most of the time. Sometimes I just even walk, not even run. So just walking around and looking around each corner. Right now in this current state of the game, most of the times you will find something happening out there. It's so much more fun than just riding on your car or fast traveling from one quest to another. I think that's when the game shines the most. Just exploring this verticality that they created. You will also then see how many details are there in each small location, in each corner, and you will appreciate this game more. For example, look where you find Skippy. It's just some alley somewhere. Either you will accidentally stumble on it, or you will find the guide and the guide will tell you where to find it. If you will find a little bit of this kid in you, in your head, create some sort of a character that you imagine, either a netrunner or a tech guy or just a brawler, and you approach the missions the way that your character that you imagined would do, and you approach the dialogues even this way. I think that's much cooler way to experience this game. Personally, for me, it's very hard to pick bad decisions in dialogues. That's why I even couldn't play as Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate. The universe of Cyberpunk 2077 that CD Projekt Red created has huge potential. Look, we already have the anime, which is pretty good. I watched it a lot of times. And we have season 2, and the trailer got me so hyped, and that song, I'm listening to it every day. If you haven't seen it, watch it. The characters are charismatic, they are different, you remember them. Even the whole setting with the Afterlife Club, it feels like it's a scene from a movie. Basically, each quest that they created, it can have a movie, especially if we're talking about the main quest, like with Judy, with Panam, with Reed. I'm not even talking about Johnny Silverhand. I think I need to play more to fully talk about everything in terms of him.
And here I thought I won the Darwin Award. I guess we have a new winner.
And I think right now, after 5 years, we got the game that we were so hyped for. We got the game that we were expecting, that we just wanted to see and feel. I really want some people who are also like me, they love the cyberpunk aesthetics. I want them to experience it one more time if they played it once somewhere a long time ago. I did it. I'm doing it. It feels really good. It's a great game to escape, to get yourself immersed, to feel the world that so much effort was put in, to experience these interesting stories, amazing quests, the combat, the approach to those missions. It's just so fun. If you like games and you have time to play them, this is something that you will have a lot of fun with. That's it for this video.